So I've been contemplating this opening for a while now, I guess you could say. I just wish we didn't have to start our first episode back on a somber note, but before we get into the intro and everything else, I want to tell you guys a little story real quick. When this podcast started, I'll never forget the day Josh walked up to me and asked me if I wanted to start a podcast. Then he went ahead and let me know that his buddy was going to join us. I was pretty stoked. I mean, I was already stoked about the podcast, but Josh is great peeps, so I automatically assumed whoever he brought along would be good peeps as well. And that's when I met Tommy GUNNZ. And man, if you go back to the early podcasts, I listen to them all the time. And it's just so crazy to reflect and look back and think about those nights where we maybe have one too many to drink and maybe record 3 to 4 episodes and every Friday night or every other Friday night, or maybe it was once a month. But it was just good times. It really was. Just talking about whatever we want, whatever the topics Josh brought up that we were going to be talking about. We just went ahead and talked about it. It was fun. It was a blast. And then over time, real life caught up. Tommy GUNNZ he already had the amazing, beautiful baby girl, but then he had a son. And his beautiful wife. And, life just catches up. So Tommy had to take a step back. And then me and Dean took a step back. And, got hard to record, but it is what it is. But then over the last year, maybe year and a half, unfortunately, we lost Tommy GUNNZ. I gotta say, that man was absolutely amazing. I wish he was here with us now. Unfortunately, he's not. So, shout out to you, Tommy. Man, even though it was short, very short-lived, it was a pleasure meeting you, man. It's a pleasure meeting you. Just thank you. Tommy GUNNZ, you'll always be remembered in our hearts and on this channel, man. We can always look back and hear your voice. Thank you guys. If you're new to the channel, thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys like what you hear here, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. That's what we want more than anything on this channel. We want to comment. We want to interact with you guys. What do you guys think about our opinions? What are your guys' opinions? Let's be honest. That's how we get the discussion started. All that being said, we're here to talk about Monday Night Raw. And overall, I thought tonight had some high points and some low points. I thought there was a very strong finish, but the show actually ended on a kind of a sour note. So tonight we get the show starting off with Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce backstage announcing that Randy Orton's not going to be in attendance, or is not going to be there tonight. Sorry, guys. I got to get back to the habit. But he's not going to be there tonight. With that being said, they announced there's going to be a battle royal to see who will replace Randy Orton in the last chance qualifying match for Money in the Bank right around the corner. Then we get appearance from Matt Riddle, the bro himself, one half of RK Bro. And I'll be honest with you guys. Say what you want, but I find RK Bro entertaining as hell. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just something about the corniness of Matt Riddle and like the demeanors of Randy Orton. I just think they mesh really well. And for me, I want to see this storyline where it's going to conclude. Clearly, we know these two are going to have a separation. They're going to break up at some point and yada, yada, yada. But with that being said, I think you can make a fantastic storyline out of this. But I think WWE kind of shot themselves in the foot tonight. But I am interested to see where they're going to progress this going forward. So we get the Battle Royal. We get Matt Riddle coming out. He wants to take he wants to be entered into the Battle Royal so he can hopefully win the last chance, get to the last chance standing match, win that, so both RK Bros will be in the Money in the Bank's ladder match. So I'll be honest with you. Right now, I'm actually very interested. I think it's corny as shit. If you actually follow my timeline, that's the KliqpodGaming at KliqpodGaming on Twitter. You'll actually see, man. I thought Matt Riddle not only was going to win the Battle Royal, but I also thought he was going to go ahead and win the main event. Then we get the Battle Royal, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't see anything really too exciting with the Battle Royal. Typical Battle Royal. You had some very high points. I will give it that. I didn't think it started out strong. I thought it was very lazily done. But when we got to the finish, I thought, damn, see, this is where you get me frustrated. Because on one hand, I'm like, I kind of like the finish, but at the same time, I don't. I think it could have still been done better. But I do think Damian Priest came out of this looking very strong, even though he was the last person eliminated by Matt Riddle. So I have absolutely no problems with that. I mean, realistically, where did you think this was going to go? I mean, that should have been a dead giveaway right there. If it wasn't, come on, use your head. So we get the Battle Royal. After all the eliminations, we have Matt Riddle standing strong at the end. Fantastic. This is exactly what we thought. So then we move on. We get some backstage segments. Really not that interesting. I got to be honest with you. I love Shayna Baszler, right? Think she's a beast. Go look at my timeline. I just think she's a beast. I just think the way she's being booked right now is just total nonsense. Don't get me wrong. I like the Alexa Bliss stuff, and I think you can do something amazing between Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. But outside of those situations, I don't really like where you're progressing with Alexa, and it's just not very interesting to me. So anyways, we get a matchup between Nikki Cross and Shayna Baszler. I actually thought it was a great match until Alexa came out to interfere. And I thought there would be more interference from Alexa at this point. But really, there wasn't at all. I mean, seriously thinking back to it, Alexa Bliss momentarily takes control of Nia and is about to have her, I'm figuring, attack Shayna. But at this time, Reginald comes around, pulls her, so it breaks the concentration. And then we go ahead and we get a nut shot to Reginald, a shot to Nia's knee, and Alexa Bliss actually leaves the match. But with this being said, it keeps Shayna distracted, and this is what gets to me about the WWE. I mean, really, how are you wasting this woman? You got this woman who's lived the Queen of Spades. She's a badass. One of her first appearances, she's biting the hell out of Becky Lynch, making her bleed from here and there, pissing everybody off. And now she's in a gimmick storyline with mind control and all this other crap. For me, it just truly doesn't work. But once again, second week in a row, we get Nikki Cross rolling up Shayna Baszler to get the win. Congratulations, Nikki Cross. And whatever. What do you want me to say about this part? Do you want me to sit here and tell you it was complete garbage? I thought there was highlights. Honestly, Shayna came out focused and looking like a beast early on in the match, and it was once again the distraction by Alexa that just kind of takes her focus away and makes her look horrible in the loss. And I know there's people out there that be like, she still came out of this looking strong. Realistically, she didn't. So, but it's fine. We'll see how they progress with this storyline. We will give it a chance because Psycho Justin isn't coming back on the first episode. Then we move on. We get a face-to-face between Kofi and MVP. We find out Bobby Lashley's on vacation. Kofi in this segment is the Kofi I like. He reminded me of the WWE champion Kofi when he went on that amazing, spectacular run. The run that had my buddy Cameron losing his mind during WrestleMania. Screaming, Kofi, Kofi, let's go. Just getting crazy. But at the same time, is this really what you should do? For me, I just think this is a stepping stone. I don't even think it's going to be a challenging stepping stone for Bobby Lashley. I think Bobby Lashley will face Kofi Kingston at Money in the Bank. Now, and he will just instantly run through him. Now, what is seen tonight in the promo from Kofi was fantastic. I love the serious Kofi. Don't get me wrong. I love joking, having fun Kofi. But there are just some times where I just wish we would see more serious Kofi. And tonight was one of those nights. And I thought the promo between him and MVP was absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to Bobby Lashley coming back and this picking up steam. But once again, I think at Money in the Bank, it's a quick match between these two. You get Kofi destroyed. And then, man, it's on to bigger and better things. I'm looking at the time. I'm on Twitter. I see JD post that he thinks Goldberg is going to be the one to defeat Bobby Lashley. With my buddy, one of my buddies, we were talking about it last week, and he was like, "How would you book Lashley up to? How would you book Lashley?" So I booked him through the next WrestleMania. And to be honest, for me, the reason I feel the WWE brought him over is because Lesnar and versus Lashley. Now you have the opportunity. Give him a few more matches. Let him run through people. The shitty thing is, I know if Goldberg comes back, we're going to have to put the strap on him. That sucks. But in my story, no, he would smash Goldberg. Then we can get the matchup. Because I'm sorry. MVP being the talking piece for Bobby Lashley is exactly what was missing from the Lashley character the whole time. Okay, be honest with yourself. Yes, is it always exciting? No, but a lot of that's because we've seen the old, same old Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley going over and over. Don't get me wrong. These men have put on some hellacious matches, especially that Hell in the Cell match where I was supposed to come back, where they living beat the dog shit out of each other. And I thought it was I thought the winner who should have walked away with the belt, which was Bobby Lashley. So, I mean, back to the Kofi thing. Once again, I just think the Kofi is just a stepping stone, real quick. Then we move on to Asuka and Naomi versus Doudrop and Eva Mendes. Something funny. So we're sitting there watching it, me and my son, didn't know, little JG. And we're sitting there watching it, right? He sees Eva Mendes. He's like, "Oh, I like that girl with the pink hair." I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't like her wrestling, but she is beautiful. So, he's like, "That's who I want to meet, Dad. I want to work with her in wrestling." And I was like, "Yo, that is freaking awesome, my dude." But with that being said, I think that's the first Eve Mendes fan I've ever met, other than how she looks. But I just thought that was a little funny. But for me, I mean, the way Eve Mendes is being booked right now is just crap. First off, I thought the match itself, I actually enjoyed it for what it was. A little quick match, 2-3 minutes. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Doudrop, who, if you do Doudrop, whatever it is, it's really Viper Nevin. And I've been following her forever. Hate her name, but I really like the way this match was booked in specific. So we get the start of the match. And we're not going to refer to as Doudrop, whatever it is on this show. We're just going to literally refer to as Viper. So Viper goes ahead, starts off the match. Starts out with Asuka and Naomi getting the upper hand. Then we progress to where she's going to make a tag, and shocker, Eve Mendes drops off the apron again. I mean, who can predict that? But this is the part that I like. That right after she notices Eve Mendes drop off the apron, she goes ham, hits this, Asuka sitting on the ground, she hits this crossbody splash on her for the 1-2-3. She picks up the win single-handedly, which makes her look strong. Right now, I'm not too worried about Asuka and Naomi. They're solidified. In this situation, we're trying to bring a new face. I want to see her just murder Eva Mendes. Okay, let's just get this done. Like, I don't even know why the WWE brought this woman back. Yes, she is beautiful. But as far as athletic ability and things of these nature, really, do you need to see it all over again? Let's just be honest. You have phenomenal women who wrestle on the show, and you literally cut spots for this woman to have time. I'm over it, but if it gets Viper over in the long run, I'll be A-okay. So once again, this is one of those things. We'll give it time, see how it plays out. Clearly, these two have issues going on. Then we get Morrison versus Ricochet, and I don't know. This is probably tied for match of the night for me. It's really hard to decide. To be honest with you, maybe not match of the night that I'm sitting back and thinking about it, and I've had a little bit of time to, rethink my thoughts. Maybe it's just the holy shit moment that kind of sent it over to me, set it over for me. So we get Johnny Morrison versus Ricochet, and for me, this actually starts out slow, and I absolutely hate the way Ricochet is being booked, and Johnny Morrison, to be honest with you. I think these are two superstars. They should be going for, Like, I think Ricochet should have the United States or the Intercontinental title around his waist and be booked a million times better. Having great matches with people like Johnny Morrison and this, man, like, honestly, at this time, I don't see Johnny Morrison as a main card eventer. Let's get him back in the mid card title picture. Let's really get that stock rolling behind him. Instead, WWE, once again, wasting talent. After we get rid of a whole bunch of talent, we're wasting talent. Like, I don't understand the concepts behind these logical decisions. These are moronic as hell. But back to the match. One of the highlights of this match is Ricochet hits this beautiful Hurricanrana over the wheelchair, over a wheelchair-bound Miz. I thought that move was absolutely phenomenal. Then the holy shit moment. So Johnny Morrison is sitting on the barricade. And from in the ring, Ricochet propels himself, hits him with the cross body right onto the cement on the outside, or on the other side of the barricade. Absolutely thought it was phenomenal. I was losing my mind. I tweeted it out there. Holy shit, like, what a hell of a spot. Hats off to these two. So that was really cool to see. I thought this match overall was pretty damn good, man. The unfortunate thing, and I actually think this is the right way to book the ending to this match, is there was a double count out. And to be honest with you, I thought this was an excellent way to go with this. I don't think either one of them should have recovered in time to get back in the ring. You see Ricochet come over the barricade when the ref's on 9, 10, boom, double count out. Let's move it on. Let's book this for bigger and better things. Okay, I don't just want to see them do a Money in the Bank ladder match. I would like to see these two, honestly, going for a mid-title here sometime within the next year. Like, come on, let's get this back on focus. Then we go ahead and we get a six women's tag match. Sorry about that. We get Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte, Natalya, and Tamina. And I'll be honest with you, I can't stand Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. I don't think they're horrible in the ring. They're just not for me. Nothing to do with their looks. Both beautiful women. It's just the match, the story they tell is always so boring. Their moveset always so boring. And I feel like during their matches they're so rushed. With that being said, I don't want to totally pile on these women. All right, I know they're out there trying. But sometimes, like, you just don't make the cut. I feel like we're losing better talent to keep lesser options. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I'll be honest with you, the Mandy Rose, Dana Brooks, Natalya, and Tamina storyline, God, it's boring as hell. Like, how do you not fall asleep during these segments? God, I won't even lie. I had to drink some of this right here just to keep awake. Some damn coffee during this segment. And man, I think at this point we're probably about halfway through. At the same time, thank God on my phone I got the Clippers game. Go Clippers. Way to pick up that dub. But let's not get sidetracked. Really, the only thing I was looking coming out of this match is Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. What would be the next progression? I thought last week was done. Let's not bring it up. Last week's in the past. Fine. Let's let it go. So, we come into tonight. I think Charlotte definitely came out of this looking strong, which she doesn't need any help anyways. Let's be honest. This woman is made in professional wrestling. But I thought Rhea Ripley came out looking absolutely great. I love the fact that after the match, she gets a chop block on Charlotte Flair. For the match itself, didn't think it was good. Charlotte Flair gets a big boot on Mandy Rose. 1, 2, 3. Right after the match ends, Charlotte Flair stands up. In comes Rhea Ripley. Boom, chop back block to the back of the leg. Leaves the ring, sitting there laughing with her partners for the night. It's enjoyable. I think Rhea Ripley is a complete package. I think she has the look, the physique. Promos at times could use more work, but I think there's been times where she delivers excellent. I think her going like full, like her having more of this heel role and not so much an anti-heel will be absolutely great for her. The only thing I'm questioning is the WWE going to do the right thing and go ahead and let her get this dub over Charlotte? Because we already know Charlotte holds the W in NXT. Is Ripley or Rhea going to get it this time? And for me, that's absolutely important to the booking because you can absolutely screw this up and we could toss this out the door. Or Rhea comes out looking strong. Charlotte comes out looking bitter. Goes back to heel Charlotte instead of this like baby face-ish thing they're trying to get her over as. And everybody wins. Glorious days. So, I mean, let's see what they do with this. I personally don't have any faith in WWE Creative, but I don't know. They've shocked us at times. Then we get the biggest waste of 5 minutes that we've had for the whole entire night. We get Elias versus Jackson Ryder in a strap match. Last 5 minutes, Jackson Ryder wins. Nothing to write home about. This is the kind of bullshit that doesn't need to be on TV. Why are you literally wasting our time? I don't understand it. Like, you can do anything else with this 5 minutes. Instead, you give me garbage that shouldn't even have been on here. Wasn't entertaining at all. So, I mean, and the shittiest thing is I'm never going to get the 5 minutes back. Like, will the WWE pay me back for those 5 minutes? No. But they forced me to sit through it. And these are the reasons, like, why they have such issues and dwindling viewership and all these other things. But then we get to, now that I'm truly thinking about and looking back, what I think honestly is the match of the night, which is the last chance qualifying match for the Money in the Bank tournament ladder match. We got Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles versus Matt Riddle. And guys, I gotta say, this was a fantastic movement, or a fantastic match. Fantastic match. Keep in mind, Matt Riddle is taking the place of Randy Orton, defending Randy Orton's honor, trying to succeed to get Randy into the Money in the Bank match with himself so we could have both Arcade Bros. And damn, what an exciting thing that would have been. But this match itself, I mean, I can't praise this match enough. The match itself, absolutely phenomenal. Everybody had their moments to shine. Everything was so impactful. This match was 30 minutes long. At no point did it fill 30 minutes. At no point. At no point did I find myself checking the phone. Anything. Now, I had my highs and my lows in this match. Keep in mind, I'm going for Matt Riddle. I wouldn't mind seeing AJ win. The only person I don't want to see walk away victorious is Drew McIntyre. Like, I'm sick of the Drew and Bobby, and with Drew not having another opportunity, my feeling is he might win the Money in the Bank. Then he has any opportunity whenever the hell he wants. And that's just not what I want to see with this. What I want to see, what I was hoping to see, is we either get Matt Riddle or AJ Styles. And possibly, we could have got a feud coming out of this between Omos and Drew McIntyre. Think about this. We can have the Viking Raiders team up with Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, Omos, and whoever else you want to throw in there. That could have been something phenomenal. Had an ongoing storyline. Instead, after this phenomenal match, we get what I think is the wrong booking. If you check the Twitter sphere, a lot of people thinking the same things. But the highlights of this match, man, we got Riddle with the middle rope DDT, which was fantastic. Just like the Viper. Loved this part. Then he's setting up like he's going to go for the RKO. And AJ Styles hits him with a Death Valley driver. And I don't know, man. I was actually geeking out at this point. I thought this was phenomenal. Like, yo, this is good. Let's go. Let's see what's next. So then we progress. And the match is just looking amazing. I mean, everybody's really looking strong in this match. Riddle's getting beat up like he always does. AJ's getting his moment to shine. Drew McIntyre goes through the announcer's table, isn't there for a while. Riddle goes on his little run. He goes to kick AJ, gets the steps, hits his foot into the step. Says he broke it, his foot. throw up the X. All the refs come out, start taking him to the back. And then, you know, you already subconsciously know he's going to come back out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Really, at this point, you don't have me sold on the ankle being broken. I'm just really invested to the match. So he comes back out. And this is where I think it gets freaking, like, this is where you could have had us hook, line, and sinker. But unfortunately, the WWE blows a perfect opportunity. We get the RKO from Riddle to AJ, almost saves AJ. Then we get the Claymore from Drew to Riddle. And the whole time, I'll be honest with you, I am sitting there praying and hoping, please kick out from this. Please kick out from this. And each time it slaps 1, 2, 3, I'm just screaming, no, 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 because I'm done. Like, you killed me. You had a fantastic match, but a horrible finish. How? Now we have to see what I already told you. What we're going to see. More Drew and Lashley. And for me, I'm just over it. Like, this is why you have poor ratings. This is why it's poor viewership. You had an opportunity to, once again, make great decisions. Instead, you fail us all. But with that being said, thank you guys for joining us. If you made it this far in the video, please give us a like, subscribe, listen to the old content. Shout out to Tommy GUNNZ. That man was amazing. I can't say it enough. And without you, brother, and Mean Dean, TOP, the KliqpodGaming wouldn't even be possible. But with all that being said, guys, take care, stay safe, hold your loved ones, and peace.